Rather than lads, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. We are back again, and it's rather a very different kind of discussion that we are gonna have. One that is a little bit, one that could be, I don't know how we will take it, but we will have it. After the game yesterday, losing to Chelsea 2-0 at the Emirates Stadium, Romelu Lukaku and Reece James getting onto the score sheet. Mikel Arteta was attacked on his way back home, or back to, I think it was going back home because we played at the Emirates. So whoever was going away from the Emirates was actually going back home. Mikel Arteta was attacked by a group of Arsenal fans, was confronted by a group of Arsenal fans in his car. I can't show the video. I've looked for the video. I saw it in the morning. Did download it. Tried to look for it. But, you know, I just couldn't find it. Arteta attacked by Arsenal fans. Do you justify that? Do you support them? Are you on their side? Is it right for fans to attack Mikel Arteta? It was the same feeling around Arsene Wenger. I still remember many fans actually, there was a lot of online abuse during the Arsene Wenger era, a lot of online abuse during during Unai Emery, and a lot of online abuse during Mikel Arteta's reign. Now the question is, does the violence now have to go even beyond social media? Because a couple of months ago, Arsenal actually participated in what you would call the Stop Online Abuse campaign, where they joined the rest of the world to try to fight online violence. However, now it became physical. There was no harm done. Fans didn't actually break the car, or they didn't beat Mikel Arteta, or anything like that. But they actually attacked him. They actually confronted him. That shows the level of frustration, the level of anger Arsenal fans do have at the moment. I want us to watch this just a little bit. And for me, it speaks volumes. This video of this lad speaks volumes of what exactly.
Right, Jeff!
That's it.
Arteta, get out! Get out! This club is finished! Finished! How long have I been saying for you to leave? You don't know what you're doing! You're a lost soul, mate! 2 games! Conceded 4! 0 points, and who have we got next? Man City! Honestly, I'm sick of it. The performances are terrible. How much have we spent this window? 129 million on a B team. Honestly, the old Arsenal used to shop in Harrods, and now I feel like we're shopping in Shoe Zone. I'm sick of it. We spent the most in the Premier League to be bullied. Someone said an anti-bullying campaign for Pablo Mari, because honestly, he got absolutely violated by Lukaku. The tactics are wrong. We got as much identity as John Cena. Exactly. You can't see me because there is none. I've had enough. There's so much dead wood in this club. I could start a bonfire. We got players that want to leave. A guy captain in the side who wanted to leave about 3 weeks ago. It's a disgrace. We're 19th in the Premier League. I don't care if it's after 2 games, honestly. We're in shambles. Arteta's about as much good as a chocolate fireplace when it comes to management. Honestly, do me one favour, Arsenal. Sack Arteta, get Antonio Conte. I'm sick of it. That Chelsea bench going to walk straight into that first Arsenal team. I've had enough. Arteta out, Cranky out, the club's a shambles. Right, Jeff?
That's it. That's it. I can't. I really can't have. I would love to have a conversation with this guy, but that's it. That's the clip. I looked at. He is. Quote me well. He is not part of the people. He's not part of the team that actually attacked Mikel Arteta. But his feelings, if you've seen that clip, for me, his feelings actually speak volumes. Every Arsenal fan right now, if you feel like you love Arsenal, you support Arsenal, you're feeling like that, you're feeling that way, or even worse. The club is a shambles, the manager is a shambles, everything is an absolute disgrace. There's no question about that. Everything is an Arsenal disgrace. Everything on Arsenal is a disgrace. But the big question that I would love to discuss with you guys, Mikel Arteta, yes, the tactics were wrong. Everything was so wrong. The tactics were wrong. There's no energy. There is no leadership in that team. There is no zeal. There's no direction. It's wrong. It's absolutely wrong, right? And Anu, just let me take this comment. Anu says, seriously, I cried yesterday. Arsenal is going down. This is according to Anu, and it says, seriously, Cossy, I'm depressed as well. Tears rolled down my eyes yesterday. And look, yeah, that happens. That happens. I mean, I honestly, I didn't cry. I don't think I can cry for Arsenal now. It's long gone. When I could cry for Arsenal, it's absolutely long gone. But my question is, do you have to attack the manager? Do we have to attack the manager? Because that's a big question. Do we have to go to that limit? Do we have to go to that extent of attacking the manager? They are just, if look, those guys, the fans that attack Mikel Arteta, you could say they are justified. Their reasons are justified. Maybe it's illegal, one, and it's inhuman as well. Because if you look at Mikel Arteta and his responses and what he said, there was a little bit of sorrow in his eyes. Of course, he lied. He said he didn't have 9 of his starting 11, 9 players out of his starting 11. He said we didn't have 9. We didn't have 9 of our of our starting players, and I believe that's not true. If for me, Partey doesn't change that game. Odegaard doesn't change the game. He doesn't, and Aubameyang doesn't stand the game. That doesn't change the game. Those are the 3 players that we missed in that game. They were key. The rest, who Mohamed Elneny, what is he trying to talk about? So honestly, these are my simple thoughts, and I'm not going to be so long. I think whoever attacked the manager, they have their reasons. I would not attack Mikel Arteta physically. I've attacked him online. Not basically abusing him, tagging him and abusing him and his family and things like that. I've used words like he's a disgrace. I've used words like he's not good enough, and more words of the sort. But we shouldn't be attacking the manager. It happened with Arsene Wenger. It's now back with Mikel Arteta. The frustration brewed in this Arsenal fan base. It's not the responsibility of the fans, despite the fact that you've got to be, you have to have the class, you've got to have the that kind of I'm an Arsenal fan and things like that. But the frustration for me is the frustration. Before we blame the fans, or before we even blame anyone, the frustration that these fans have, the frustrations that Arsenal fans have, they pay the most expensive ticket in the UK. That's the first thing you've got to know. Arsenal have the most expensive ticket in the UK. They buy the most expensive Adidas jerseys, right? And their team plays shit. So it's like since 2011, when Kroenke got full ownership and managerial rights of that team, what they're doing is they're just milking out Arsenal Football Club, and they're milking the fans. Every week, every single new week, Arsenal produces a new training kit or a new kit or a new jumper, and fans have to buy it, and fans do buy it. Just this season, they have already released 3 brand new kits. Obviously, every team has, but we've released 3 brand new kits, and fans have bought those kits. Some of you on this, on this show have bought the kits, 3 of them. If you've not, well, I'm unlucky. I bought 3 of them, and I have them. So the frustration of Arsenal fans is justified. And what I pity Mikel Arteta for is he's actually falling, central of a project, of a failing project he didn't start, because project failing Arsenal started way back during the Arsene Wenger days. Wenger tried to keep us, alive, up the water. He tried to see that we do not sink. It was so difficult. It was absolutely very, very difficult that Arsenal, that you could keep Arsenal aboard. So the boat actually sank. It didn't sink with Mikel Arteta. It didn't sink with Unai Emery. I think it sank in 2011 when Kroenke got full ownership of Arsenal, built a stadium where which is used as an excuse to ship amounts of money out of football, out of Arsenal Football Club. So attacking Mikel Arteta for me is just, it's just the small thing. If you sack Mikel Arteta right now, you still have the same manager. You still have the same board. You still have the same players. You still have the same owner. The problem doesn't move. I would love to see Antonio Conte, and for me, it's funny. The reason as why I would love to see Antonio Conte at Arsenal is not because I think he's gonna tremendously elevate the club to a level where we want to be. I don't think he's going to do that. The team is already too bad. The decisions that are being taken, keeping the likes of Granit Xhaka, keeping the likes of Bellerin, players like Sid Kolasinac have been around the club for 5 years. Those decisions are not Mikel Arteta. All of them are not Mikel Arteta decisions. We've got to agree to that. He's not. He is responsible for the for the mess at the pitch, for the 20 losses we've got under his reign. 60 games, 20 losses. He is responsible, but he's not responsible for us having extra Bellerin. He's not responsible for having for us having Sid Kolasinac. He's not responsible for us having Mohamed Elneny. Maybe he's responsible for us having Granit Xhaka. But this football club has failed. Not yesterday. Arsenal has not failed yesterday. Arsenal has failed. It's taken some time now. And the frustration Arsenal fans have, personally, is many of us have the frustration of 10 years, 5 years, 7 years, 8 years. That is not Mikel Arteta. 10 years ago, Mikel was a national player. Yeah, Mikel was a national player. And as a national player and captain, I think he was doing just fine under Arsene Wenger, who was actually doing just fine. So, beating up Mikel, breaking his car, pouring acid and things like that, they're only justifiable if you're looking at a team in terms of why are we losing games and why are we playing so poorly? Why don't we have a playing style? Why don't we have a playing identity? But if we are confronting Arteta as the cause of all our problems at Arsenal Football Club, it's absolutely a disgrace. It's not right. So I don't like Mikel. I've already said I want Mikel Arteta out, but I wouldn't really attack the manager. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. Because the Arsenal bigger than Mikel Arteta. I'm not saying Arsenal are not bigger than Mikel Arteta. They are 100 times bigger than Mikel. Arsenal is 100 times bigger than Mikel Arteta as a manager, right? 100 times bigger than Mikel. But think about it. Honestly, think about it. What has Mikel got to do to correct the Arsenal mess? That's the question. What has he got to do to correct the mess at Arsenal? Can he sign Kroenke? No, he can't. Can he buy all the players he wants in the world? I don't think he can. So it's two-way. It's absolutely two-way. You blame Mikel only for what he has, only for what he has caused and what he's done. Not everything wrong at Arsenal. Someone says, bring back Mikel. Oh, Q&A says, bring Wenger back. I wouldn't bring Arsene Wenger back. I wouldn't bring Arsene Wenger back. Honestly, he's not the man to take this project forward. Absolutely, he's not the man. So I wouldn't bring him forward. I wouldn't bring him back. Honestly, I wouldn't. Arteta is not good at all. He's just a disgrace. I did not sleep for the whole for the whole of last night. Get a life, bro. Get a life. I think if you're an Arsenal fan, you've got to get a life. Honestly, you've got to get a life. If you do not get a life, you're gonna be screwed. You're gonna be screwed. So get a life. Watch Arsenal games after that. Either go to a club somewhere, get some rest. Don't stress over. Don't stress too much over us now. Cronky out, Edu and Mikel Arteta out as well. That should give us some breathing time. Look, guys. Okay, I'll just take your comments. That's all. Cossy, we are playing which football? Kennedy says the supporters must force the owner to sell the club to someone else. But you a supporter as well, Kennedy. You're a supporter as well. Arsenal must sack Arteta now. There is no direction. He doesn't know what he wants. Imagine Arsenal owner is Abramovich. He will sack Mikel Arteta immediately. Okay. Housem Hour, there is someone who can do anything. I'm just tired of Housem Hour people, and you guys, I'm making me sick of Housem Hour. Did he win the club? Someone says, Ninja Boy says Arteta in. Look, whether anyone is Arteta in or Arteta out, I do not care. Like, I absolutely don't give a D whether you're Arteta in or you're Arteta out, because I've been Arteta out for some time now. So I don't care if you're Arteta in or you're Arteta out. My point is, I think the criticism that Mikel should take is that he deserves, right? Blame Mikel Arteta for us not playing well on the pitch. That's it. Don't blame Mikel Arteta for transfers. Don't, because I won't be on your side. Definitely, I won't be on your side. He's asking for these players. Last season, he was asking for Housem Aouar. It didn't happen. So, blame Mikel for only what, I want him out, definitely. You know that. I want him out. But only blame him for what he has done. He won the club's... he won the club. He's terrible. He's terrible football. He's a player. It's just disappointing how he's doing his job. Like, I don't like it. Okay, is she good for the club Arsenal? Is that going to Ellie? Is she good? Is he good for the club? Probably not good enough. Maddison is what Arsenal is missing in the midfield. Now, you come on, people. Some of you, I think some of you are just even like worse than Mikel Arteta. Because if you say Maddison is what we are missing, and you watched that game yesterday, I don't think it's Maddison we are missing. Absolutely. I don't think it's Maddison we are missing alone. I think we are missing way too more, way too more than James Maddison. Way too more. We are not going to sign Maddison because we are broke. Why can't you just admit that? These are going to Ellie. And I didn't say anything about James Maddison, Ellie. I told you the deal is off. If you've been watching the channel, if you've not been in the channel, please do calm down. The emotions are very high. No big coach will want the job, Cossy. Wenger is a coach, Wenger is a coach, not a manager. He can build players. We have young, talented players, so we need Wenger. Wenger is a coach, not a manager. Well, when you're typing this, I thought I know it did make a lot of sense for you, but it doesn't make a lot of sense for me when you say Wenger is coach, not a manager. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. Because if you look at the years, 2 decades, Arsene Wenger managing Arsenal, winning trophies, and trying to manage that side with and without the backing, you don't have the guts to tell me that Arsene Wenger is not the manager. It doesn't make sense. It made a lot of sense for you when you were typing it, but definitely the output doesn't make sense. Arteta should go. He can't select a winning team. Niles, Nelson, Hector, come on, bro, come on. That side he picked yesterday was the best. So there is no way. That side he picked was the best. Cossy, thanks very much. All the way from Celarion. The manager is a reflection of the players on the field. We need a striker. This is according to Julius. Update news for our Cossy. Please do check the channel. Check the channel. I have 2 videos of House Hour in the last 24 hours. We sent 129 million. We spent 129 million on second team players. I told you, and I think I was spot on. I told you Arsenal is building this project for the future. So I don't think they are really building a project to be here now. They're building a project for the future. Because even with players Arteta has, what is his game plan and his philosophy? He worked under Pep. We can't see anything, any traces of Pep in him. You want to see Pep or you want to see Mikel Arteta's style of football? I know. That's a big question. You want to see Pep or you want to see Mikel Arteta's style of football? If you want to see Mikel Arteta's style of football, it's not there. If you want to see Pep's philosophy, then we should hire Pep, right? Arteta is not capable of managing Arsenal, and we need more mature central players. Okay. To me, I think the entire board is fake because every manager that comes faces the same challenge. It's good. Very brilliant comment. Very, very brilliant comment. And I think that is Arsenal's problem. Every manager that comes in and comes in at the side will suffer the same problem, will suffer the same fate. No backing, and they will sack you. That's what's going to happen, and that is what happens. To me, I think the entire board is fake. Okay, thank you so much for the comment. The team is big for Mikel. The energy of Pepe was 100%, 100% yesterday. But what did you expect Pepe to do? What did you expect Pepe to do? Chelsea bullied us. Like, they absolutely bullied us. So if you're telling me Pepe's energy was 0, I don't get you. Chelsea bullied us like they bullied us. 100%. Bullying, like they bullied us. We need a strong defender like Van Dijk. Our defenders were being bullied yesterday. Wait and see what Van Dijk and Matip will do to Lukaku next week. Look, Lukaku is a classy striker. You want to believe it or you don't want to believe it, I don't know. Lukaku is a classy striker, and we couldn't match his class. That's it. Of course, you have a strong heart. You guys watched the whole match. Me, I stopped on the 35th minutes. I almost even cried. This is according to Kevin Alba. We watched the whole match. We made a match reaction. I was about to do player ratings. I was like, shit, fuck off. Can't do player ratings for this game. Yeah, but we watched the whole game, bro. We watched the whole game. Absolutely. And it was a disgrace. It was an absolute disgrace. Cossy people are buying mature players. Yeah, I think whoever thought Arsenal is gonna make it to the top 5, you've got your answer. Arsenal is not ready to make it even to the top 6. It's either top 8. Oh, is it top 8? It's either 8th, 9th, or 10th in this season. You absolutely, you absolutely got your answer now. Okay. Then let's kick Kroenke out. How do you kick Kroenke out? You have we do not have a buyer that is willing to give him the money he wants. We are not going anywhere with Mikel Arteta. Too many fast players missing. Come on, 220 million spent on the last 4 seasons ain't enough to even get top 6. Arsenal is a bad club for any manager to present under these owners. Okay, our problem is Edu and Stan Kroenke. I think Josh Kroenke is another problem. No, Cossy, Arteta has been backed with a lot of money for the backed with a lot of money. Backed with a lot of money. Pep Guardiola has spent $1 billion. Pep has spent $1 billion. And we want him to compete with Pep. He spent $1 billion. Come on. The problem isn't the players, it's the manager. These same players can do something different if managed by a better coach. Okay. Stan should go. That's the only way we can solve the problem. And then Silton says the Arsenal club is too big for Mikel to take charge of, like, seriously. Right. Ben White, please, Ben White and Tyrone Mings, who is a better defender. Both great players. Both great players. I'm just too tired of comparing other players that even do not concern us. No manager wants to be a disgrace. The coach is not our problem. You don't want to be a disgrace, but you can be a disgrace. That's it. I mean, if you're not good enough, you don't want to be not good enough. You want to be good enough, but you're eventually not good enough. The problem of our team is the midfielder and defense and a good striker force. You've literally spoken about the whole team. You said the defense, the striking force, and the midfield. So the team is good enough. It's not good enough. That's what you're trying to say. Wenger, because of lack of investment, no point focusing on changing managers repeatedly. And then James Marsh says Arteta is afraid of leaders in the team. That's the reason he left Ozil, Guendouzi, Saliba. Come on. They are leaders. They stand out. I don't want to buy into that. Pep spent $1 billion in 5 seasons, only 450 million in 3 years, and us 220 million in 4 years. That's I mean, look, we've got to agree is that one thing we've got to agree upon is that we are also spending poorly. And the reason that's why we're spending poorly is because we have people like Edu. Why do you spend 24 million on a goalkeeper? Yet you want a central midfielder, and our is 24 million. Look, I rate Ramsdale. All of a sudden, I would love to have a player like Ramsdale. Yeah, I wouldn't spend 25 million on Ramsdale. 25 million on Alan Ramsdale. I could spend the same amount of money and get Houssem Aouar. Aouar instantly makes us better. Ramsdale doesn't. We can get we could get a good backup goalkeeper in January or next summer. Our immediate impact would have created by a good central midfielder. So we're spending the money like we spent the 129 million, but we're spending it wrongly. Absolutely. We are spending it wrongly. How dare you buy a goalkeeper for 25 mil? You don't have a midfield. You have an empty midfield. You don't have a right back, and you're buying a backup goalkeeper at 25 million. 25 million. You don't have a proper right back. You don't have a proper number 8. You have nothing in that team. And Camavinga is 35 million. You buy, look, instead of buying Ben White for 50 million, buy Eduardo Camavinga for 30 million. We will understand and go out there, wherever it is, and get us, a defender, or use William Saliba, maybe. It would make sense for me. It would make a lot of sense for me. But the way we're spending is absolutely crap as well. Absolute crap. In his press conference, Arteta told us fans that he will make the players better. I can't see that's happening. The good thing, you must be a journalist, bro. You must be a journalist the way you quote, You must be a journalist. It's a shame when Arsenal is playing. We are wondering if their bosses are present on the pitch to realize what's going on. Okay. Big up Raptors. Nobody can buy Arsenal. Our team is cast. Arsenal is a project. Arsenal is a business, bro. It's one business. It's one project that people would want to buy. Absolutely, yeah. Investors would love to buy it. So don't say no one can buy Arsenal. We need Tyrone Mings in our defense. Coffee, stop. We've already dealt with it. Look, I think our defense will get better. I think the defense will get better. Our problem and our major focus should be the midfield. Don't look beyond the midfield. Don't say, oh, Emil Smith Rowe. Where we have Emil Smith Rowe, City has a Jack Grealish. Chelsea has a Kai Havertz. United has a Bruno somewhere. So, look, the midfield for me is failing us, and it's still failing us right until now. Our spending isn't appropriate. I mean, we don't spend on priorities. I think we failed to get our priorities in the summer. I think we failed to. It's a wastage of money, most especially on White, because there was Saliba. We need a mid, and I think Ben White is a good project. Ben White is a project, a good one, very very good project. I'm David from Kenya, bro. I have no comment on Arsenal. I love my team, but all I get in is disappointment. Sorry, bro. That's the team we have. We've chosen to support. Do smash a like on the video, please, people. Just help me do that. Smash a like on the video. It really helps a lot. Carlton says Edu is the worst technical director, hands down. Okay. Players, please help me tell SK that our money remains 121. Let them go and get good players. Arteta is poor. This is according to Fizale. Look, whether we blame Arteta or we don't, Arsenal's problems are still big. Our problem is still very big. Bigger than Mikel. And that's my problem. Bigger than Mikel. If you deal away with Mikel, you've got to deal away with Edu as well. Because for me, a technical director that is blind, I don't know whether he knows what goes on, at the football club. I don't know. But he's completely blind. Like completely. How are we 2 games in a season and we do not have a proper number 10? How are we 2 games in a season and we do not have a right back? How are we 2 games in a season and we do not have a proper number 8? How is it happening? Like what exactly is happening? How have we managed to travel through time and we do not have these players? They were essentials. Isaac, please don't give me these comments. Wastage of money, most especially. We've read that, so please don't comment again. Cossy, you're so true. We need midfielder. We need a CM and AM. You know what? If I was Arsenal Football Club, in this summer, I would have bought 3 midfielders. I think Lokonga is doing well. It's still young for the Premier League, honestly. Still young for the Premier League. But I'll play him. So I'll bring in 3 players because we have Partey and Smith Rowe. So I would have brought in Masho Sabitzer. Sabitzer was available. Did he go to Bayern? Let me just find out. Did Masho Sabitzer go to Bayern? Wait, Sabitzer. Now, No, he has not joined Bayern actually. Not yet. This is 13 hours ago. He's not yet joined Bayern. So I'm asking myself, why don't we have a chance? I mean, why don't we go for players like Marshall Sabitzer? Why? Because Sabitzer is a bargain, and Sabitzer is definitely better than what we've got. Why don't we go for Marshall Sabitzer? Right? That's my question. Why? Because if you brought in Marshall Sabitzer and probably you raided Aston Villa for Joe McGinn and Yves Bissouma or Ruben Neves, that team is better. I think we make life so hard for ourselves, honestly. That's a link. You could call in. You can call in if you want. Have your say. But guys, let's be careful. Arteta sees them in training, so he knows them more than us. He sees them more in training. He spends more time with them. Why doesn't he get more? Why doesn't he get better results with them? Care to answer that? Okay, he sees them more. He interacts with them more. Why doesn't he get why doesn't he get more results, better results out of them? Because he knows them better. Okay. Lokonga good for the bench or cup games. Lokonga is the best for me. He's my best player in that midfield. He's my best player in the midfield. There's one player I'm seeing doing things right. The rest, I'm not buying into that crap. Arsenal really lack leadership. But we have Xhaka. Partey is becoming an African bullshit because of injuries. Arsenal just buys average players. All right. Yeah, if you think about it, we had a chance to sign in great players this summer. Because if you went to Lyon and asked for Bruno Guimaraes and Houssem Aouar, you had a chance to get both of them. If you went to Leipzig and asked for Sabitzer and Kuku, you had a chance to get one of them. If you went to Inter Milan and asked for Lautaro Martinez and Nicolo Barella, you had a chance to get one of them. If you went to Aston Villa and asked for Jack Grealish and Ole Watkins and Joe McGinn, you had a chance to get one of them. If you went to Leicester City and asked for James Maddison and Yuri Tillemans, you could get one of them. Why the hell have we not gone for any of them? Like, what the hell? Let's have a little respect for our coach. Over the years, some teams have not won any silverware. Look, Eric. I'm not going to block you, but I was about. Don't treat Arsenal Football Club like any other club, please. Arsenal Football Club is a big club. Arsenal Football Club is a big club with big expectations, with big fans. Over the years, clubs have not won anything. Their jerseys are not as expensive as Arsenal jerseys. You've got to agree. Their jerseys are not expensive as Arsenal jerseys. Their tickets are not as expensive as Arsenal tickets. We paid 50,000 Ugandan shillings. That's around £9. Was it £10 to watch Arsenal in pre-season? Pre-season, £10. You've got to win games then. You've got to win games, honestly. Yeah, you've got to win games. If we are paying £10 to watch your games, you've got to win games. Definitely. There's no question about that. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah. Just calling in mainly from what the Arsenal fans did to Arteta while I was in his car. I think that's something all the media platforms are talking about. I think the Arsenal fans were attacking him, telling him to get out of his car, telling him to leave the club. So Arsenal fans are now going in the faces of the manager, and I think it's reached critical points now where you know we're not gonna get a result against City. I don't know if we're playing home or away, but I think we're playing away. And if we are playing
Yeah, it's
away,
away. It's away. It's away from home.
away, so we're playing away, we're
Yeah.
definitely not gonna get a result. We're not. We're probably not even gonna score. And I think that if we were losing games, but at least scoring like one goal, 1 or 2 goals, then it's okay. Because even though we're losing, you can tell that our attack is in check. We just need to manage to score the first goal and try to see games out, try to get a good result. But we're not even scoring goals. This is the problem here, and is a major problem because City. Let's take the City game out of it because we're going to lose that one. After we lose the City game, the next three games will be critical for Mikel. If he doesn't get a good enough result, I think that's it. He's getting sacked. I think he should get sacked. I think the Arsenal job is too big for him. He's never managed a club in his life. Mikel Arteta should be managing, a third tier level team, maybe in the Championship or League One or League Two in the UK, or maybe in other countries before being there for like 3 years, 4 or 5, and we see he's done a good job before being employed by Arsenal. He's never managed a a club in his life. For him to be managing a big club at Arsenal, this again is the problem of the board. They should have hired someone who had at least some form of experience in management, 6, 7 years minimum, or at least have managed for a couple of even in the championship and has done good before giving him this huge task. In regards to Lokonga, I think Lokonga is one of our best players against um Chelsea, and I think there's a pattern here. Every time we sign new players, I remember when Pepe played against Liverpool in his first few games, and he was the best player. And after that, he fell off. So I think there's something about the players that's rubbing off onto the new players. And if Lukonga realizes that, at Arsenal, you don't have to try your best, you can be lazy, you still get picked, you still get a new contract. It will eventually rub off him, and eventually he would, lower his level. Like he would not play to his best potential anymore. All the new
Yeah.
players, when Torreira first came in his first 3 to 6 months, he was the best CDM he was even better than Kante. And all of a sudden, levels drop. Same thing with Pepe when he played Liverpool. Pepe nearly single-handedly got us a win at Liverpool in his first few games. I remember when we played Liverpool at Anfield. We saw that with Kolasinac when he first came, first 3, 4, 5 months. He was the best fullback or one of the best fullbacks in the league. And all of a sudden, levels dropped off. We've seen that with, like I said, first 2 seasons, the best, and levels drop off. Aubameyang also. We're seeing that with a lot of players. I think the same thing's going to happen to the Congo. Even with Gabriel, towards the end of last season, I see his levels were beginning to drop off. And I don't know if it's the training, but I think it's a mixture of the training and the lack of motivation at the club, the coaches. And they've seen that a lot of the Arsenal players are relaxed. So they're like, you know what? Everyone's relaxed here. It's like a holiday. You're here to play, have fun, and get paid. So they're also going to relax. And that's basically what's happening. And so you begin to realize as the months go on, Lokonga's levels is going to start dipping. And even
Yeah.
yesterday against Chelsea, maybe a sign that Tierney levels is going to start dipping. It's going to start dipping because he's realized none of the players are serious. So why take this seriously? So yeah, that's what I have to say on it.
Yeah. I mean, do you agree? Do you think the fans were right? Do you think the fans were right to confront the manager? You think they went overboard, or you think it's just a frustration?
Hold on.
Are you there? Are you there?
Yeah, the fans were right to do that because it sends a message to the board that the fans are, because the board will obviously hear about the video. They heard about what Rwanda's president said. I don't know if you heard about what Rwanda's president said about Arsenal, where he criticized
Yeah.
Arsenal. So that and the fans doing that, and the fans planning, the fans protesting, and then a lot of the fans are planning on walking out at the next home game. By the 70th minute. So you're probably going to see half a crowd. It's going to put more pressure on the board to make the changes. But I think the problem here isn't necessarily the board. Arsenal have spent more money than any other club in the last 4 seasons. We've spent, I think, close to £300 million or more in the last 4 seasons, more than any other club in the Premier League. So the
Yeah.
board is giving the football director Edu and Arteta and the previous ones money to spend. They spent more than any other Premier League club, almost 300 million or over 300 million pounds on players. So at this moment in time, the board isn't a problem. Even Kroenke is not the problem because he's obviously giving the board the money to spend. So the problem then comes down to Edu and Arteta. Why would you buy players for the future? All of the signings were under age 23 or under. None of them, and even the 23-years that we bought, Ramsdale and White, they are not elite level footballers. Yeah, mid-table to relegation Premier League level players. At least for now, maybe they won't prove. We didn't buy players for now. Even Odegaard is a potential world-class player. He's not the finished product. You feel me? And the fact that we bought players for the future shows that Arsenal is obviously rebuilding. All the players we bought were 23. And we have the youngest, one of the youngest squad in the league, if not the youngest squad. So they're building for the future. So building for the future is not going to be enough for Arsenal fans. We've been patient since we left the Highbury. And building for the future is not enough. Yeah.
Yeah, what do you have to say? Manager attacked. Is it a disgrace? Is it well deserved?
I don't know if it's well deserved. But I think it's just showing the frustration of Arsenal fans. They can't take it anymore. They're just showing their emotions because under this manager we finished 8th, and then we finished 8th again, and then to start off this season we have 2 losses. Look, I don't think as long as they didn't physically attack him, I think it's fine. But I think they do have a right to question him and ask what's actually happening at this club.
Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah, at times I feel the frustration, and someone told me Anu on the stream that they cried yesterday. I know there's so many Arsenal fans that cried, by the way, they just can't say it, but they cried. So last question as we as we close the show. How do you see any hope for us this season? I'll start with you, M. Do you see us get better, at least probably after Manchester City? Do you see us start picking up a couple of points, and then moving higher the table probably until the first half, among the top 10?
I think yes, because even though the manager isn't good, we have quality of players. We have Aubameyang, Pepe, Lacazette, Saka. We have the players to get results. And after Man City, we have to play Norwich and Burnley. And I think those 2 teams are going to be like relegation teams. So we should get points there. Overall, I don't know, because this manager, he's not showing a philosophy. I don't know. He's not showing anything like any tactical analysis, any tactical masterclass or anything like that. So I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. Quincy, what do you think? Are we moving up the table? Are we still in bottom of the table for the first 10 games?
For the first 10 games, I think we'll be mid-table, maybe 11th, 12th, mid-table. Mid-table is anywhere between 8 to maybe 13. I'll classify that as mid-table. So we'll be in mid-table. But in terms of throughout the season, as we go past December in general, I don't see Arsenal finishing in the top 8. We are not good enough. The M was saying that we've got Aubameyang, Saka, and Pepe. Pepe is not good enough. You feel me? He's not good. He's not demonstrated to be good enough. Maybe he is good enough, but the players around him are not good enough. But these players he just mentioned, other teams, there's like 10 teams in the Premier League who have a better forward line than Arsenal. This is what you have to take in mind as well. You may say Aubameyang this, Pepe this, Saka, but there are at least 7 or 8 teams with better forward line than Arsenal. Yeah. So if it gets better,
surely.
Yeah.
This is the thing. Arsenal's team, they're not performing well. They we're naming those players based off their ability. If those players start actually performing, I genuinely think we actually have a top 6 attack, top 5 attack. If they actually start performing.
We don't have a top 6 or top 5 attack.
I think definitely if you compare our players at their prime, and the attacks of other teams at their prime, I think Spurs are ahead of us.
Yeah, Spurs because they got Kane and Son.
Yeah, I think Liverpool is ahead of us.
Yeah,
City is ahead of us.
yeah,
Chelsea as well is ahead of
yeah.
us. I think we can battle with the rest. I think we can battle with the rest, the likes of Leicester City. They have a Jamie Vardy and Patson Daka somewhere. I think we can fight with the rest. But the
Yeah,
problem
we
is
can.
is our players are just
Not
I don't know.
performing.
Yeah, they are just underperforming, and
Yeah.
that's the problem. And they're not going to perform very soon, I think.
Yeah, that's why I think the manager should go because he's not bringing the best out of those attacking players.
Yeah. What did you make of Martinelli being a striker? I've always loved Martinelli as a forward, but probably one who plays off the central position, because it gives him a lot of time and space. When he was a striker, I think it was the wrong game, the Chelsea game where we were absolutely bullied, but also I think he's not that kind of striker that you'd love to hold up play and things like that. Maybe, do you guys think Martinelli should be a striker? Do you think he should be a striker?
Yeah, yeah, I think he can be, but the thing is, you have to remember he just finished the Olympics, so and then all of a sudden he's just coming to play striker. I think what we should do is just drop him for now, and then let Aubameyang be the starting striker, because I think he can be a good striker. He's got like the pace, he's got the work rate. I think he will get better with the hold up play. I think he will.
Do you think his positioning is that of a striker though? Like you would see Romelu Lukaku or Balogun, because I think Balogun's positioning is class.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think Balogun is better at the moment at striker. But the thing is, if we're looking long term, I think Saka and Pepe are going to be the wingers. So maybe that's why Martinelli is like playing down the middle, because I think he has more belief in Martinelli than Balogun. Arteta.
Yeah. What do you think, Quincy? Do you believe in Martinelli as a striker? Do you think he should be a striker?
Yeah, if we're looking to offload Aubameyang, like I said, which is looking increasingly like with Barcelona, interested, then yeah, Martinelli is our best forward after Aubameyang. And like I said, he is the best player to play in the striking position. He's got pace, he's quick, he's got quick feet, he's got good ball control, good dribbling. But I think that the striking position, obviously, with someone who plays striker through the middle, we want them to be getting goals. But what has happened in the last several years is that attackers who play on a wing, like left forward or left attacker or right attacker, they're getting more goals than the ones playing through the middle. We see that at Liverpool, we see that at Barcelona, we see that at Real Madrid over the years. So even if Martinelli plays right forward, on the right wing, he can still get just as much as goals as a striker. So any of those three positions, he's capable of playing across the front three, and he's capable of playing across the front three and getting the job done. At the moment, his inexperience is young at this level, so against the big team. But I think we should try him there against the smaller teams, maybe teams in the bottom half or teams that are expected to finish in the bottom half of the table, especially at home at the Emirates, to see how well he's going to play there, and especially in cup games like FA Cup, Carling Cups, or FA Cup League Cups. We should play him as the main striker to see what he does in those positions. Yeah.
Wow, thank you so much, guys, for coming on. I've got to go rush and have lunch, but I'll speak to you very, very soon.
Yep. Thank you for having me. See you. Have a good day.
All right. Right. Those are the guys picking up. We spoke about, a couple of things, but my major aim and my major question to you guys is it justifiable for fans to attack the manager, or it's just they're over frustrated? I remain Cossy, and we'll speak very, very soon.